Hi guys, it's Lucas and Eddie. I'm here in the farm, my dad's farm. Um, it's been my holidays, but my holidays are gonna come to an end next week. And 2 days time is my birthday, so I might do a special short. And so yeah, but today we're gonna be doing Premier League predictions. Just to warn you, there are some controversial takes here. Let's get into it. These are my early Premier League predictions. When I go to Santiago next week, I might start. Oh no! So when I go to Santiago next week, I'm also going to be doing predicting the first 10 match days as well. So like I did last year. So let's begin. Controversial takes, like I said. In Hull, 21st Hull City. Yeah, I can't spoil that. Throughout the playoffs, they played more defensive football. They're very parked about. I feel like they're probably not going to score many goals. They might get a lot of draws. I think they will get a lot of draws in the Premier League, but I don't think it'll be enough. Now, I'm not saying they're going to draw every single Premier League game. Even with that, you can still get relegated. Probably not in 20th, but definitely relegation, because that's if you draw every game, that's 38 points. Because it's 38 week. That's 38 match weeks, isn't it? But yeah, I just feel like they're not going to concede a lot of goals. Maybe max per 2 per game, maybe. But they'll definitely keep it close. With some games, but at the end of the day, they're just going to get relegated. Here's where the controversial takes in. 19th place, I got Crystal Palace. Just the reason, because European distractions. I honestly don't know who the manager is. So you might have to comment down below if there's any Crystal Palace fans. Let me know who's your manager, because Oliver Glasner has left. He's joined. What's it called? Not Nottingham Forest. So yeah, I feel like you're not gonna have a good season. I just feel like it. Sorry, Palace fans. Next up, another controversial take. I'm gonna go with Fulham in 18th. So that means I got two newly promoted sides to stay up. The reason why I'm going with Fulham is, it's because I feel like they have European distraction. I'm not sure. You might have to correct me on that, but I'm actually gonna keep my notes here, the list here. I just feel like they have a bad season. Also, their new coaches. I know who their new coach is. Is Alvaro Arbeloa from Spain. He was the ex Real Madrid and the Real Madrid B team. He didn't really do a good job at Real Madrid. He finished second, which is always good. But for Real Madrid standards, we should be winning. We should be winning La Liga. It's been quite a few years since we last won it. Since Real Madrid, since I say we, I'm also a Real Madrid supporter. I'm a fan of Real Madrid, so that's why. I just don't know. I mean, maybe he could maybe he might not get relegated with them, but I have a feeling for them that they're not going to do so well. Maybe get relegated. These are early predictions, by the way. In 17th, I got Coventry City, just surviving. I feel like they're going to surprise a lot of people. I feel like they're going to be in the relegation zone for most of the season, but then maybe like the second half of the season they're going to start performing, make a few draws, and then maybe they'll get a couple of wins, and maybe just before the final match stay up. So that's what I think was. I don't know who they signed. I know they signed this one player from Burnley, but I'm not sure how well they're going to do. Next up in 16th, I got Ipswich. Now, out of all the newly promoted teams that go up, Ipswich are the one with most Premier League experience in recent history, because they obviously 2 seasons ago they were in the Premier League. I feel like Ipswich could do something special. I feel like Ipswich are better than Coventry. And Hull City, which is crazy to think, because Coventry was the one that won the championship, and Ipswich were the runners up. But I just feel like Ipswich, since like I said, they've been. I feel like they have the most Premier League experience out of all of them, and also they have a Premier League manager in Gary O'Neill. If it was Kieran McKenna, maybe I would have backed them to finish maybe a little bit higher, maybe 15th. But I just feel like they were going to do well. And 15th, I got Everton. Nothing to say really. I mean, some of the players, I don't know if they come back from. I don't know if any of the players have come back from the World Cup. I know Pickford was at the World Cup. I don't know if he's back, so I don't know how many players they have back. Also, they had a few signings as well. I remember they signed a few players. I can't remember who they were exactly, but yeah, nothing's to be said there. Also, with Fulham, I forgot to mention they did lose Harry Wilson to Leeds, so that's something I forgot to say about Fulham. So yeah, in 14th place, I actually got Leeds United. I feel like Leeds United are going to have a very similar season to last season. Very similar. I think they're going to get a few losses, a few wins, and maybe a couple of lots of draws. I feel like they're going to make Eden Park a fortress. They have to now. I think they'll stay up again. I don't think they'll have second season syndrome, which Nottingham Forest did suffer a few years ago. So yeah. And 13, and also like I said, they just got Harry Wilson as well. So what a player. They did lose some players as well, like Stash to Brighton. They lost. This is Stash, I think it is. So yeah. Next up is Nottingham Forest. Well, 13th place in Nottingham Forest. I feel like that's sensible. I think they might want to challenge for Europe, but the problem is that they lost Elliot Anderson to Man City. He should have gone to United, in my humble opinion. But anyway, yeah, they lost Elliot Anderson. They had the money, but I feel like it's going to be also obviously Oliver Glasner. Just European distractions, I think, is going to cost them really. I think. No, they don't have Europe. What am I on about? So better season than last season, definitely. But at the end of the day, it's just going to go downhill. At the end of the day, I think they'll just finish 13th. Newcastle, I put in 12th. Yeah, I mean, I'm not impressed. Rejection FC, like Johan Mansabi was going to go to the World Cup star. He was going to go to Newcastle, and then Villa hijacked it. Also, they lost. Who did they lose? I think they might lose Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal. They signed a few players as well, which I'm not aware on. I mean, they still have like Nick Watermarden. I feel like he's still yet to prove himself in Newcastle. I'm trying to think of else who. I don't know if anyone has left Newcastle. I don't know if like Murphy's still there, Jacob Murphy. I don't know if he's still there, but yeah. And 11th place. No, I don't know if you can call this controversial, but I'm gonna put Tottenham 11th. I feel like Tottenham are gonna have a much better season than last season. Come on, finishing 17th twice in a row, just surviving relegation. I feel like Tottenham are gonna have some like dodgy games, but I feel like who did they sign? They signed Michael Senesi as well. They signed Sandro Tonali. Maybe like at the beginning of this, maybe like in the first 10 games they're gonna struggle a bit, but then after the 10 matches maybe they get better. Maybe they'll drop a few points in the second half of the season as well, but I genuinely think that Tottenham will finish 11th. And no, might not get European football. They don't have any European football. Maybe they'll come third. Who knows? But I'm gonna put them 11th just because I think some of the new signings might not gel. Also, yeah, they're saying Mateus Fernandes. He should have gone to United as well. So, yeah. In 10th place, I got Sunderland. I feel like Sunderland are gonna have maybe a similar season to last season, maybe not as good. It might be a bit of second season syndrome. Also, they're in Europe. How about that? They're in Europe, so that's impressive. So they're gonna have European distractions. That's amazing, honestly. That's actually amazing. Imagine Brentford, the Sunderland in European football. That's crazy. And still, I now that I'm realizing that's actually legitimately crazy. So yeah, Sunderland. I don't know if they signed any players. I know Granit Xhaka was there was like rumors of him leaving, but I think I feel like he's staying now. Obviously, he was at the World Cup, so I don't know if he's back in training. But yeah, ninth place I got Brentford. I mean, say what you want. You had World Cup players in there as well. I don't know if any of their players is back. Obviously, they'll be back before the Premier League. That's kind of obvious. I know. I don't know if Jordan Henderson's still at Brentford, but and if he is, I don't know how long he's going to be out because he injured himself in Mexico City. After the England match, he fell and landed on his wrist, I think it was. So yeah. Anyway, and eighth place, I'm going to go Bournemouth. I feel like Bournemouth are going to have a good season. I think they're just going to miss out on Europe. Um, I know they have I think it's an Austrian manager. I forget who. I think no, not Austrian, Hungarian. I can't remember what his name was, but they're definitely up there. I feel like they're gonna have a good season. Just gonna miss out in Europe. I think. I feel like that's gonna happen. In seventh place, just to make the Europa Conference League, I think it's going to be Brighton. Now Brighton have signed, from what I can remember, Stach from Leeds, Luka Vuskovic from Tottenham. Um, I mean Fabian Herzler is still there. I feel like he's been the longest serving manager at the moment. I don't know. Not like the longest of history, but in recent history, I feel like he's been there. He's had some. He had some bad performances, but he had some good ones as well. I just hope Brighton has a good season because I'm also a Brighton supporter. Call me a glory hunter, whatever. I don't care what you call me. So yeah, I'm Brighton. I think that's good. Now in sixth place, from here onwards, I had it was very difficult for me, very difficult. Um, yeah, it was from six and onwards. I did struggle because yeah, this is technically the top six teams, Premier League teams. I had trouble, but in sixth place I put Chelsea. Now I feel like Chelsea are going to be much better than last season, definitely under Xabi Alonso. They don't have European football. I feel like it's going to be like they might have like a Michael Carrick like season where, but from the get go. I am not predicting to win the Premier League. That was my biggest mistake from the last Premier League season. I'm glad. I just want to get that over. That was the worst prediction I've ever made in the history of predictions. I don't want to remember that. But I feel like sixth place could be good for them. European football. They'll get European football. I feel like ever since Ibrahimovic left, have had to like sell the club. It's all been going downhill. So yeah, in fifth place, I'm gonna put Aston Villa, and yes, I will have them as to qualify for the Champions League. I feel like fifth place is gonna be Champions League again for England. I feel like a lot of good European sides will do well. They will get They will get Champions League football. Mark my words. They're in Champions League football now. I mean, they won the Europa League. Congratulations! I was so proud. I'm so proud of them for them to win the Europa League. It was just incredible. It was just incredible. And enough said. I feel like they're just gonna have a good season, and they're gonna. I feel like we should start considering Aston Villa as a top six team in the Premier League because they definitely deserve it. Newcastle were trying to get New. It was trying. I mean, like Newcastle tried that. They had one good season where they finished third, I think it was, but then they kind of just fell off. They just fell off, and I don't know why. In fourth place, I'm gonna go with Manchester United. Now, I was debating whether if I should put Manchester United in fifth, sixth, or fourth. like I said, I had trouble. I knew relatively what my top three was going to be, but I feel like Manchester United in fourth. I feel like we're gonna. I feel like there's gonna be some dodgy results under Michael Carrick, but I feel like some of the signings we made, like Yuri Tielemans, Andre Santos, and the fact that we're gonna get one more midfielder, it could be either Alex Scott or Manu Kone. I feel like for what we need, I think Manu Kone will be the better option, but I won't be mad if we get Alex Scott as well. He's an incredible young midfielder. Maybe he should have been in the England squad as well for the World Cup. I feel like he's a young talented midfielder. But at the same time, I feel like we're just gonna have like a dodgy result, like something maybe like a 1-0 loss to like Hull City or something, or maybe to a newly promoted side, or maybe like another dodgy result at the GCHEC Community Stadium at Brentford. But other than that, I feel like we are gonna have a good season. I feel like 5 in a row, that guy's gonna get his haircut. Trust me, it's gonna be this season. We are gonna go on like a winning streak, maybe 5 games in a row. But yeah. In third place, as much I really hate to say this, but I think it's going to be Liverpool. I feel like Liverpool are going to improve massively. I can't remember if they got Champions League football, Europa League. I have to double check on that. I think they got Champions League, maybe Europa League. Correct me in the comments as well. But under Anthony Iraola, I feel like he's going to. I feel like they're just going to have a much better season. Then not. They have to. They have to. As much as I want them to see them relegated. That would be funny for me. But I just feel like, realistically, I feel like Liverpool are going to come in first. So it's going to be another top two of Arsenal and Man City. But who's going to come in second? In second place, I'm going to go with Manchester City. Yes, I feel like Manchester City are going to come in second again. The reason why I say that is because they have a new. I mean, like, they signed Elliot Anderson to come, and that's a great signing for them. I feel like, who else did they sign? I feel like they signed more players. Yes, I know, like, players like Bernardo Silva has left. Rodri is, like, a debate if he's going to Real Madrid or not. We don't know if Rodri's leaving. Also, the biggest thing is Pep Guardiola is no longer in Man City. That job goes to Enzo Maresca, the ex-Chelsea manager. I feel like they're going to have a relatively good season, around a similar season that they have, so many good wins. But at the same time, I feel like they're just going to have some dodgy results as well. Like, they might, like, draw to, like, Ipswich, or might draw to Hull or Coventry. I feel like it's going to have, like, a dodgy result at some point. The only reason why I haven't put them as champions, it's because of Enzo Maresca. And that is, we don't know what kind of style of football he's going to play. This, like, literally the Premier League starts next month. And we don't know what's going to happen with Enzo Maresca. But I feel like he's not going to be. I don't feel like he's going to be a fraud. I don't think he's going to be a bad manager. I just feel like I just don't know what we expect from him. Sorry, I'm just looking at the lovely countryside. But I feel like they're just not going to have just enough to beat Arsenal, which I do have enough, which I do have in first place is Arsenal. I feel like Arsenal are going to win back-to-back Premier Leagues. Can they make another Champions League final? You have, I don't know. You just have to wait for my Champions League predictions. I'm not going to do like predicting from like all the way from 30 something. I don't know how many teams are in the Champions League to first. I'm not going to do that. That's going to take way far too long for my standards. But I just feel like Arsenal and Mikel Arteta, like, they're just going to make it. They're just going to do it again. I feel like they won the Premier League now. Now, I did say to myself, if Arsenal win the Premier League, they're going to be the worst title defenders ever. But I changed my mind. I feel like they're going to do it again. So guys, that's my Premier League predictions. Let me know down below if they were good or if they were bad. Just let me know in general. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back in Santiago next week. As much as I don't want that to happen, I have to finish my university. Also, it's gonna be pretty complicated in the second half of the year because I start my work experience. Even though I finished before 12, my work experience, I don't know how much I'm gonna get done. I promise you I'll start recording more videos. But from now, guys, especially on my second channel, on my main channel, on the FF Trio Gaming channel, that channel is like dying. I need to revive it. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.